Hello everyone, this is Tiny Tappy Games, and I know I made a... There was a thud. Sorry, but I know I made a video talking about Secret of the Mimic and my theories, because I think I did. I could have sworn I did, unless I was just thinking about doing it, I just never did. But recently, there's been an update to the game. Now, I have been vicariously enjoying the game through others, because I can't afford to get the game, but there has been an update, and they've added a shadow figure to an office in the warehouse. Now it's the manager's office where we meet the male robot. And I'm already seeing people talk about it, and I made a comment on someone's video over on my main hub account, Christina T. So if you see a comment talking about the same theory, hi, it's still me. But the main theory is that my main theory that this is sort of working off of is the theory from the last video talking about this, where I think Fake Dispatch is actually the vengeful spirit of Edwin. Just roll with me on this one. I mean, it's FNAF. It wouldn't be unusual for there to be ghosts and anything paranormal. I mean, look at the tiger suit in the basement. You can't tell me that's just someone in a costume down there. Or whatever's going on with the moon? The giant moon head? You can't tell me there isn't something going on. But I still think that Fake Dispatch is the vengeful spirit of Edwin, because I personally feel it's heavily implied that he is no longer alive in the game, when he's in the story of the game. So, what does this have to do with the shadow figure? Well, if we're gonna call the silhouette, which apparently is what it's called in the files, a shadow figure. Hi, I want to bring back my theory on Edwin being a vengeful spirit, sicking M2 on us like a little guard dog, making sure that Fazbear Entertainment does not get the M2 or mimic blueprints. In the spirit of spirit and ghostly theory, I'm going to say it's a shadow person. It is Edwin as a shadow person watching us from the office. Feels like a stretch, but you know what? This is FNAF. No theory is too far of a stretch. Let's be real. Like, I could say that Gregory ends up being just little Robo David, little mimic David, but raised by our buddy Arnold. Still wouldn't be too far of a stretch. I'm not saying that's my theory. I'm just trying to prove a point that there is no such thing as a truly too far jump the shark kind of theory in this franchise. But if we are rolling with the theory that Edwin is in fact a vengeful spirit sicking the mimic on us, the player, and it wouldn't be too odd to think that he could be watching us from a distance as a shadow figure. And I mean, if we're going to go down the paranormal pipeline, a common occurrence in a lot of haunts and a lot of ghost stories are shadow people. And as far as, well, my thought on Fake Dispatch being the mimic, or not being Edwin, if it were the mimic is really good at picking up inflection. It wouldn't be as monotone. It also wouldn't sound as angry the whole entire time. Plus, another common thing in hauntings are spirits mimicking voices. So who's to say it can't be the vengeful spirit of Edwin mimicking Dispatch? Essentially just sending us on a wild goose chase while sicking the mimic on us. And now you could be wondering then, why would he help us get the blueprints? That's just to make sure that he keeps them. Because remember, the bad ending is us giving him back the blueprints, ensuring that they don't get out. He also probably wasn't expecting us to last as long as we did. So, understandably, he's going to keep sending us throughout the facility, hoping that the mimic gets us. Circling back to what this is about, the shadow figure, I do feel like it could just be the spirit of Edwin. Because, note, it seems to like glide side to side. I mean, granted, there's only so much you can really do in a flat, for the most part, background. But like, if it were to be like walking, you would see like a bit more bounce as it moves. But no, 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 no. It glides. It's like it doesn't bounce like it's walking, because that would be a very big distinction. It glides. Oh yeah, that's my theory on this. That's just a theory. My game theory. But let's say that it's my game theory. Hopefully I'm not alone on this theory. Because it seems like I am. A lot of people tend to think Edwin is still alive. Although I would imagine he probably bled out. I mean, if the mimic did rip off his legs, I would assume that to me it makes sense to assume that he would not still be around living wise in the story of the games. But also, again, the mimic is very good at inflection. Why would it refer to itself as a separate being in that whole like monologue and spiel we get in the parachute ending? Where he's just like, oh yeah, no, it's like, I wonder what he will choose for you. Or when we're in the pizzeria and the mimic can't see us in the animatronics, but when we get into that light, this other voice comes in basically saying, hey, yeah, no, it's like, he can't see you, but I can. Why would it say that? If it were all truly the mimic, why would he, in fact, not be able to see us, both in costume and out, or in animatronic and out? It has to be a separate entity, which is what's making me think that it has to be the vengeful spirit of Edwin. I mean, honestly, I also think he trapped Fiona, well, Robo Fiona, in that pizzeria, because I feel like that was just all just shoved underground, hidden away from the world. Because, I mean, it does take a bit to get through that. But that's a whole separate thing. We're focusing on Edwin and the Shadow. I still think the Shadow is Edwin, but not the same way people are thinking it is. So, yeah, no, if you like this video, give it a like, leave a comment on what your thoughts are, subscribe for more. I will eventually get more devlog stuff up as well for my own games, and maybe some more gameplay. I'm still trying to figure out the setup on this computer because I'm working on a really crappy all-in-one at the moment, at least as of recording this. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that is. Bye-bye.